Lucy, decipher dream, document everything, keep moving forward.
Carriage 2. I left Mr. H sleeping on his front. Can't hear his breathing from the corridor. Soundproof carriage? It doesn't seem likely. I can see through the keyhole and the edges of the door, and the light from the room seeps under the crack at the bottom. Sound must only exist within its own borders. The door of carriage 2 is red, paint cracking and peeling. Before I enter, I'm going to see what is underneath the paint. I picked the flakes for what seemed like ages. Order of layers: red, blue, olive, black, olive, blue, red. Didn't find any symbol or drawing. No warning or markers, no door number and no keyhole. I have no idea what is behind it. There is no door handle. Debating entrance. Door is opening by itself. It is dark inside, pitch dark. I am backed up against the corridor, staring at the abyss. I can hear something scratching in the room. I am fearless. For Lucy. Going in. Back in the corridor, dog at feet, mangy, stinking, half-rotted, alive, wonderful. Recollection of events. Stepped into dark room. Door closed behind. I felt around the walls, wooden as expected. Breath was held. Tried to keep quiet as possible. Heart was beating hard, blood felt hot, hairs on end. Could feel sweat running down arms and legs. Mortal fear. I stayed with my back to the door as I felt. I didn't know if there was a drop. Remember glasses nearly falling off head earlier. Had vision of stepping over the edge of cliff and falling. Bent down and felt floor. There was no drop. The room was solid. Then heard breathing. Horrible, staggered breathing. A wheeze. Groan, a little sad, and then a scratch and a drag, like dragging a sack across ground. I said firmly, "Show yourself, I am armed with a dagger." Groan, wheeze, scrape, scratch. Heart beating too fast, darkness too oppressive, going to faint. These were my last thoughts before I fainted. Sorry, Lucy, I thought of my fear and not of you. I came to face down on the bench, bent over it. Like a praying man. Took a while to regain vision. There was a dim light in the room. Unknown source, as there was no lamp or fitting, no window. It was just light. The sound in room was muffled too. I thought at first it was concussion. I know the implications of it better than most. Then I disregarded. The room is laid out the same as Mr. H's carriage. 2 benches opposite each other, but in this room in the middle was a crate. The lid nailed down. Around it there were scratch marks on the floor, little ones, showing the path someone had carved into floor whilst dragging it. It had been dragged around and around. The scratch marks in floor created a huge spiral, looked dizzying. There was no breathing in the room. The muffled sound came only from me. I inspected the crate for markings, nothing. No suspect notches or whorls. The nails in the top were hit evenly and well. None bent, none protruding. The work of a professional, like my father. I tried to prise open the lid, no chance. Then I heard a scrape, a little oscillating scrape. I looked around keenly, tracking the noise. It didn't take long to locate. Where the walls were empty before, I saw now a crowbar hanging. It was swinging gently, as if someone had just put it back on its hook. I took it from the wall. There was no hook, it was just hanging there. Attached to the wall, defying gravity, swinging from its own volition. At that moment I remembered something. I remembered Brecca at the Cavern Bar in Holstonwall years ago. 20, maybe 22, drunk. The red sand is all over the floor. People at the back of the bar are now people-shaped dunes in my memory. But Brecca still stands out. The colour of the bottle stands out, green. His tie is undone and his bowler is upturned on the bar, spinning around slowly. He turns to me and he says, "You see, my dear Master G, When you take that train, it all makes more sense than here. Things have purpose, their own purpose. Nothing is connected because of humans. Here, the arm puts the hat on the head. He slammed the hat on his head to make his point. On the train, over there, the hat makes its own way to the head. Do you understand? It does what it wants. Don't need us to do it. We ain't the center of things no more. He goes on, but his words are now drifting from my memory. Sand is coming from his mouth. He is turning to sand. Now the memory is gone forever. Rereading the above creates a new image, like seeing a painting for the first time. I have no feeling towards it. The bar I wrote about has gone. Brecker doesn't drink there no more. He is still in other places, though. I took the crowbar and prized open the lid. Nothing but soil inside. I inspect it. It's not red, it's brown, real soil. I tasted it hungrily, it was real. I took a handful and put it in my pocket. Mr. H had done the same, no doubt. I figure this soil will turn to sand as it might have done to him. We'll see. I took out more soil and there he was, curled up, wheezing, half rotten. Bullet hole in his eye socket, I could see his ribcage. Bones like the rails under the train, could see his bowels. His fur half gone, skin putrid. It was my dog. Died years ago after my sister, before I left the household. I said goodbye. Dog was ill, was shot in face, closed coffin, buried by the pond. Never thought about him, never once. Now here he is. I picked up the dog and put him on the ground. He stretched his legs and staggered about, looked at me, thankful. I have my dog back. Very happy. Good omen.